Okay, let's talk the Texas Bowl, guys. Texas A&M's a 3-point favorite. Oklahoma State's number 20th in the country. Obviously, a little bit of a setback in the Big 12 championship after just getting walloped by Texas. Classic Big 12 showdown. This is. A&M has a ton of guys in the portal, especially on defense. It feels like the whole roster is in flux. Kind of wait and see with some of these potential opt-outs. We don't know necessarily what it's going to look like, if they're going to be without Edgerrin Cooper, if they're going to be without Evan Stewart. Maybe Oklahoma State's going to be without an Ollie Gordon, but I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case. This feels like everything, because also Jalen Henderson has been very good down the stretch for A&M, and you kind of don't really know what to expect of him in that offense. But this feels just like a stay away in general. So many of these lines suggest that, and A&M being a 3-point favorite feels like that. Unless, Marler, you're telling me that just Elijah Robinson, you just bet on an interim coach and bet on a guy figuring some things out after he looks like, the guy knew what he was doing against LSU.
Yeah, I tell you what, from a coaching standpoint, he did. That wasn't just because LSU's defense is bad. That whole idea of and game plan of we're going to hold on to the football as long as possible and keep Jaden Daniels off the field. Brilliant move. It seems like no one had really done that all season. So I thought he did a really good job from a coaching standpoint in that, and even as an interim. The thing with A&M, that's something kind of surprising, and I understand that the OC is gone. Your quarterbacks have been out. You have the backup in the transfer portal. Obviously, they're down to the third string. That's an offense that finished outside the top 20. It was just 21st in the country in scoring offense this year with a backup quarterback for most of the season. What does Oklahoma State want to do? They want to run the football, and that's really into the teeth of that A&M defense, which is the strength of that team. I don't know how many teeth are left in that mouth, I guess, is what I should say, because I don't like most of them are in the portal. I will say, back to the same theme. This is where I live. The first half, Oklahoma State, they have been pretty bad this season, especially in the first half of games. They are 123rd nationally in first half scoring defense, allowing almost 20 points per game in the first half. They're giving up 27 points per game in their last three. They seem like, not I want to say one-dimensional, but this is not like the Oklahoma State teams of the past where they're able to spread you out and throw the ball down the field. Like, it is Ollie Gordon, and it's only Ollie Gordon.
Does that mean there could be an underplay? Do you have a strong feeling on that as well? Or Bob, do you look at this and think, you know what, A&M interim coach Mike Gundy, we know him, that this is a team that probably has more of an identity, and maybe that's the play, or you go money line or something like that for A&M if you're not quite as sure about that.
Yeah, it's funny. At the top, you kind of called this like a stay away game. This, on the surface, to me, is very much a stay away game. And then you dig into it and you go, okay, where's the advantage? What can I find here? And so you start digging through these trends, and I see Texas A&M 5-2 record against the spread when favored by 3 or more this season. So they're pretty good in this situation. You feel pretty good about that. But then you turn around, and you see that they're 0-3-1 ATS against ranked opponents, and you go, oh, okay. So it feels like every time you're asking them to step up a little bit, they're unable to cover the number. Then you consider everything that's going on with the coaching staff. You got the changeover there. I just kind of keep coming back to the same thing here, which is I can't find an angle, so I'm off of this game entirely. Mm-hmm. I think, people are listening to this. They want picks. They want to know which way you lean. If I had to dig into it, I probably would play the total, and I would actually probably go under, because it just feels like a situation where, to me, you're probably going to, it's almost like a survival game to me, in a sense. And I don't think that you're opening it up. I think that you're just trying to keep it basic, just survive the game, get through it. And I think situationally it kind of plays to an under.
Well, and it kind of sucks now because Jimbo's gone and he can't fake a COVID outbreak like he did in 2021 to miss the bowl game. So.
I was going to say, they might have less depth in this one, depending on how some of these opt-outs go, than they did for that potential bowl game that they opted out of entirely in 2021. Here's the thing, too, about some of these games. If you are just going against the team that has a coaching staff in flux, there are going to be some teams that get up, and they get up and they look great, and they just make you feel dumb. You might just have to live with some of those.
Yeah, and to your point,
it's just a byproduct.
We see that in the NFL all the time. A coach gets canned, and then the next week, the team almost always responds. That definitely should be highlighted. Mm-hmm. That is certainly something that needs to be noted here. It's not just, changeover, and then the other side is stable. clearly they have an advantage. It's not really that. I think it's the totality of everything here that makes me want to stay away. Just the sheer volume, the pure volume of players in the portal, the uncertainty from a personnel perspective. This is just one I can't go near.
Hey, sports fans, we've got an exciting offer exclusively for new users of ESPN Bet. When you join, be sure to enter the promo code SOUTH during sign up to unlock an additional $50 in your betting account. That's right, you can wager on your favorite sports and receive up to $250 in bonus bets when you use the promo code SOUTH. Please remember, you must be 21 years old to participate in sports betting. We encourage responsible gambling within your means. If you ever need assistance or support, please reach out to 1-800-522-4700. Join the action today and make the most of this fantastic offer.